Hey teachers, welcome back to how to create an asynchronous video using the rule of 3. This is video 2 of 3. We're starting with the question, how do I segment one lesson into 3 videos? We'll show you a suggested template. This template is based on research from an organization called the Flipped Learning Global Initiative. These folks have really been leaders in the research around the flipped classroom, even before the pandemic, and they've paved the way towards developing better practices for better learning. So, here's a suggested template for asynchronous lessons. Video 1, front-load vocabulary and provide context. End it with a question and/or assign an activity. Video 2, lead with that same question, deliver your main content of big ideas and information, and end it with another question. Video 3, start with that question, move into a summarize and a synthesis. So the question at the beginning and the end of each video is basically your objective. It focuses their attention and lets them know exactly what the video is specifically about. And guess what? This question later on becomes your essay question and your discussion question. So take time to plan these questions because they will connect all of your lessons and tasks tightly together. Next, when you front-load vocabulary. This is a controversial one. I've read in some guidance that you shouldn't introduce new ideas or new vocabulary in the asynchronous space, but here's what I'll say. According to flipped learning principles, it is okay to introduce new vocabulary in the asynchronous video if you use the vocabulary over and over again yourself and you ask the students to use these words in discussions so you can conduct checks for understanding. You want student voice to dominate in synchronous lessons, and you want to hear these key vocabulary words being used. Next, deliver your content. Delivery of content is the whole point of asynchronous videos. I'm going to repeat that. Delivery of content, in theory, is the whole point of asynchronous videos. Is that repetitive? We shouldn't waste time lecturing to students in the live synchronous class. Synchronous class should be dominated by students' voice, not yours. In asynchronous videos, we lecture while students take notes, or we model student note-taking. We narrate a story with visuals. We're extremely explicit in our content delivery. The research shows students need to hear your voice to better connect with the content. They want to see your face, see your hand gestures and body language. You don't need a lot of bells and whistles. Just be yourself and make sure the audio is super clear. For the end of video 1 and video 2, end with that question to link to the next video. This creates that through line. If you feel a summary is necessary, include a summary. However, at the end of video 3, a summary is essential. So we chunk one lesson into 3 short videos. We want to make sure there's a summary at the end of that 3rd lesson to wrap it all up. So that's the template. A question serves as a through line and is used for student discussion later. Front-load vocabulary. Have students use this vocabulary in discussion later. Deliver and model content. Link and summarize. Now, if you don't want to use this specific template, that's okay, but I do recommend you use a template. Number 1, it's easier for you to plan. You can develop a routine to follow that frees up your mind to focus on content and tech rather than reinventing a format over and over. Number 2, a consistent routine also helps the students. Routines are a social and emotional support that provides predictability. I'm pretty sure our students need all the emotional support they can get right now. Not a bad idea to ask students what they think of your template. Never a bad idea to have student input influence your lesson plans. In our last video, we're going to dig deeper into the question, how can asynchronous lessons support synchronous lessons?